Welcome to Travelers' Tales. I am your host, Greg Alonso. Today we will begin a two-part look at Homer's classic tale of high adventure, the Odyssey. Just as a reminder, we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. The Odyssey is the follow-up to Homer's Iliad. While the Iliad focuses on the exploits of the warriors and kings of the Trojan War, the Odyssey's crucial theme is on the return, or nostros, of Odysseus, the hero of the war with Troy. After 10 long years of brutal warfare, Odysseus, king of Ithaca, longed for the arms of his wife Penelope and son Telemachus. As Odysseus sets sail for his voyage homeward, he offends the god of the sea, Poseidon. Odysseus blinds Poseidon's son, Polyphemus, thus bringing on the wrath of the gods. I believe that the point that Homer is attempting to make is that it is actually Odysseus who is blind. How so? Odysseus was the mastermind behind the legendary wooden horse. The king of Ithaca was filled with vanity and saw himself as the master conjurer. It was he who brought the impregnable kingdom of Troy to its knees. Who then was greater than Odysseus? And what of Ithaca? Though Penelope pines for her husband, most everyone believes Odysseus is said to be dead. However, Prince Telemachus believes his father is still alive and sets off in search of Odysseus. Once in Sparta, Telemachus learns from Menelaus and Helen that Odysseus is being held captive by the nymph Calypso. What then of Odysseus? The king spends 7 years with Calypso on her island. The goddess has fallen deeply in love with him and offers him all that he desires. However, Odysseus rejects her offer. He explains that he only longs for home, his wife, and his son. In a final attempt to sway him, Calypso offers Odysseus immortality if he stays with her. Yet once again, he spurns her. In Greek, the name Calypso is kalypto, which means cover and or conceal. It is evident that she does everything in her power to conceal Odysseus from the real world and not allow him to return home. Over the course of time, Odysseus becomes aware of the games played by Calypso. At his first opportunity, Odysseus builds a raft and puts out to sea. Here I believe Homer is exploring the concept of paradise. Why, when one is offered anything and everything, why refuse? It is through Odysseus that Homer demonstrates our innate desire to be free. What we truly desire is to build and live our own lives as we see fit. Homer also sees Odysseus as wise, shrewd, eloquent, and resourceful. We also see that throughout the perils of Odysseus, he is a man of great courage and endurance. The next obstacle in the plight of Odysseus is a storm that destroys his raft. Fortunately, he is able to swim to the nearby island of Scheria, the home of the Phaeacians. While on the island, Odysseus recounts his adventures to the Phaeacians. He goes on to explain that he had an original fleet of 12 ships. However, they were all blown off course due to storms and lost. He then landed on a lush island near the land of the Cyclops. It was only through trickery that he and his remaining shipmates were able to escape after being held captive by the Cyclops Polyphemus. The next peril was against the cannibalistic Laetrygonians, who destroyed most all of Odysseus' ships. Finding safe haven on the island of Aeaea, the Greeks sought refuge with Circe. Unbeknownst to them, she was a witch. She seduced Odysseus and held he and his men captive for better part of a year. Once again they set sail for Ithaca. While en route, their ship capsized off the coast of Thrinacia. with Odysseus remaining as the sole survivor. After several days on the island, Odysseus concluded recounting his adventures. Impressed by the valorous deeds of Odysseus during the war with Troy, the Phaeacians awarded him with riches and escorted him back to Ithaca. Upon his return, Odysseus cleverly is disguised as a beggar as he makes his return to his palace to reclaim all that is his. What of Penelope? Since 20 years have passed, the people of Ithaca believe that Odysseus has long since died. 108 suitors have moved into the king's palace, all aiming to persuade Penelope for her hand in marriage. Upon his return, Odysseus is recognized by Euryclea, one of the servants. She informs Odysseus that Penelope has been forced to pick a suitor for marriage. There is to be a contest, and the winner will be awarded the queen and all that once belonged to Odysseus. The competition consists of shooting an arrow with the bow of the king through 12 axe heads. Since none of the suitors has even the strength to string the bow, Odysseus comes forward, strings his bow, and fires an arrow true to the mark. Once he throws off his rags, the slaughter begins. Both Odysseus and Telemachus slay all the suitors. They are then approached by the servant Euryclea, who identifies the household maids who did not remain loyal to the house of Odysseus. They are immediately put to the sword by Telemachus. Upon realizing that it was Odysseus who saved the day, Penelope then lovingly goes to her husband. My attempt has been to focus on the perils faced by Odysseus and his men as they sailed home to Ithaca. I deliberately stayed away from as much of the supernatural as possible. For me, the Odyssey is a morality tale in which Odysseus and his men fall prey to their vices. Victimized by pride, avarice, wrath, and lust, Odysseus learns that he is not infallible, and through this epiphany, he finds his way back to Ithaca. In our next installment, we will discuss your questions and comments. Thank you for joining us on Traveler's Tales. As a reminder, we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Please like and subscribe. In this way, you will help our channel grow. Kartistos.